Well, let's see. There's a couple of comments. Okay, what do I feel? Are you. What was that comment? Anyway, actually, I'm hypersensitive even to my body and notice everything and have to tone it down with being grounded into metal things, vintage machinery, and other things like that. Also, so sensitive that I have to take Zonix, which I've been taking since 1970. Well, 1970 was Valium up to 1986 when Zonix came out to tone everything down. And I don't take that much anymore. I try and get along without it, but it's difficult. And I being kind of an isolationist, keeping away from people, I really prefer to be around animals. But anyway, and only certain people. But the other day I was at the farmers market, and the intensity of their thoughts and noise and activity was kind of blinding for me. So that was quite the adventure because I'm always doing isolate. I like being isolated. So, except when I'm busy doing TV shows or radio shows, it doesn't bother me. I like doing that kind of stuff. I get along very well with anybody, everybody, professional or anybody, homeless people or any, it doesn't matter. But most of the time, I'm just minding the store. Um, what do I sense? Let's see. Well, I sense a lot of things. That's why I said I got to shut it out. But it's useful in building things because you can see everything and use your hands to build it or make it happen. Now, hope that answers that question. Always been that way ever since a kid. Being a kid was everything was too intense. My first trip out of Canada was San Francisco at 5 years old, and that was amazingly intense. Looking at the Pacific Ocean, I was running towards it. Communicating with a big elephant at the San Francisco Zoo, yes, and my dad took a picture of it. I remember it like it was yesterday. Um, if I lack sleep, my ESP rating, which was taken a few times, so it's about 80%. Nothing special, it's just who I am, I guess. But born that way. And I'm really happy I don't fit into credit cards, cars, phones, business, and all that crap. Not my cup of tea. Not interested in any of it, or politics, or anything. No. No, no, no.
Oh, did you fix my computer?
No, I haven't fixed your computer, Carletta. So what was the other? Somebody's put a post on YouTube. These radio machines and all this out there must have cost me thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, it didn't. Believe it or not, I have contacts around the world who sell things, deal, wheel, in Greece, in the Netherlands, in England, Canada, USA, any Middle East. It's a matter of knowing what you're doing, kind of thing. Nobody wants the old stuff anymore, so it winds up on eBay or in auctions, and usually starting bids are like $5 or something. So, and people sell like Oerlikon Canon shoulder mounts. Used to sell for a couple of grand per shoulder mount, but I got it all for scrap price. I got mostly everything for scrap price. No matter who you know and how to deal and how to talk and that kind of thing. On Gunbroker, I bought a lot of antique guns that were not collectible, maybe, but they're in fine condition because everybody wants a Winchester or a Colt kind of thing attitude. That kind of stuff, or modern stuff. So The old stuff. I bought a lot from International Military Antiques. Apex gun parts, reasonable cost. They made a good profit. But overseas, I can contact anybody and find parts and pieces and stuff. Cannons, artillery, electronics, military surplus stuff, and I get sent stuff too, sometimes for free. So I noticed too that on eBay, as well as Gunbroker, there's items that'll sit for literally years and years and years and years that nobody will buy them. Overpriced, costly stuff that nobody wants to touch. That's why sitting on eBay or Gunbroker or any other weird place. So once in a while, I'll contact the person, the seller, and say, "You want to sell it, or should I wait another year?" I'll say that. And some give in and say, "Oh, okay, yeah, we'll take $50 for it." Like a Mark 14 gun sight or a Honeywell Mark 74 Navy gun sight, stuff like that, or an old gun or an old piece of stuff, whatever. Either they'll take it or not. But in this day and age, people are dumping machine tools in scrap yards full of lathes. I have friends that email me pictures of the stuff. Do I want it or not? And sometimes I'll say yes, I love it. It's like a lot of Navy stuff I got for a reasonable scrap price. And I have a huge amount of it. So I have friends that look for stuff for me. And that's the best way of dealing with. Trying to, deal with a lunatic capitalist pig, let's call him that. He's got something like this for actually this post drill. Saw one that he sandblasted for $600. I only got this for $100 because all full of grease and looked dirty, so I cleaned it all up and never used. Okay, so this other guy sandblasted one of these things and has it on eBay for $600. It'll never sell. It's just he destroyed everything when he sandblasted it. So stupid people like that, And another guy I bought good stuff from that he got a sale on something and it's for an old telephone, like $650. No, he'll never sell. He never sells much anyway. So there's people like that. And collectors like myself, there's only maybe a few, and I know most of them, especially when it comes to Orlikon cannons, artillery parts and pieces and that kind of weird stuff. How many people are going to collect Orlikons? Well, 20 mm. So one guy has one, he shoots it off at the range. Another one in New Zealand, although the gun laws changed over there. I don't know what's happening to that situation. Of course, your politicians like destroying your freedom over a period of time, and you know it. They'll make up stuff, and the press makes up stuff, and it goes on and on until they brainwash you thinking, well, there's a lot of, you should give up your guns or give up these rights or that rights. So in a way, the terrorists, 9/11 kind of won in that horrible incident, because then after that horrible thing, the Patriot Act came into effect, and laws then came into effect, and it's just all the paranoia keeps rolling and forming bigger and bigger, and more laws are passed, more Americans are thrown in jail over hundreds of millions or thousands of hundreds of thousands of ridiculous laws, and you got fat boys walking around arresting you. And I noticed that with a lot of people that they're bloated. I mentioned this before in another video. Bloated people everywhere, and they're the ones that get the seasonal flu and gets very sick. You can check Wikipedia. 14% of Americans are healthy, the rest are not. Let's hope they get healthy. So they're all wrapped up in this stuff in social media, and you get numbed down, and your rights get stripped and all that. I'm going on a tangent, aren't I? What I was talking about is junk. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I'll buy well-made, made in China items. I have contacts in China, good friends actually visited me. Um, yeah, scrapyards, Navy outlets. After all, I was offered a warship for a Mackenzie class warship for $25,000. That's pretty good. Years ago, I bought an artillery piece for only 200 from Amic Salvage, and that's the one that the 90 millimeter M1 and M2 that somebody got killed taking it apart. That fell, JP fell Armory in North Vancouver, British Columbia, 103rd Thunderbird Squadron. And I'm trying to dig up the old story, but they keep making up excuses and nonsense because the cannon was stolen from me after I bought it. But I did manage to get 1/3 of it to my place. You can see pictures of it in the news stories that I've done a long time ago. So anyway, so I'm a super collector, and I know a number of other collectors that I help out. So like Betsy Ross, or who owns a Navy ship. I get along fine with my sellers and way overseas in Netherlands and other countries. They're very supportive to send free stuff once in a while, like Mr. Alec in Greece. Andreas Mavromatic. It's a beautiful scrapyard full of cool, neat stuff. Anyway, it's a good person. He gave me a lot of goodies. Let's see who else. I got some real nice eBay sellers I keep. Like 2 shoes is really good. Got a lot of bits and pieces. I'm wiggling around. I'm out of focus. All you see is my stupid leg. I guess I moved this around, did I? Yeah. Sorry.
I didn't mean to do that. Do that. Nothing.
Who said that? Who used to talk like? My rotten webmaster, Adrian Elliott Stone, somewhere lost in the world. This and that and that and this. You know, stupid. Anyway, I'm really talking out a blue streak today, but yeah, some of this stuff, it doesn't cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of the units never used electronic, sort of, kind of vintage, on the verge of vintage, $5. I mean, X-ray transformers, $5-10. It's all coming all over because things are shifting. Machine tools, CNC, and plasma. All these new things are taking place, and all the machine tools are winding up all over the place, and scrapyards and other places, as well as the electronic stuff is just going out in tons, hundreds of thousands of tons of the stuff. So yeah, so that answers the question. I'm gonna go. It's a long tangent, talking lunatic I am. 13, wow, talking that long. Hey Carla, you gonna go on Facebook with your teletypewriter? Anyway, I'm gonna shut up.